Hello, hello. I am Heather, aka Planner Mumsy. Join me for a 2024 planner lineup overview. Stay tuned. Hey y'all! So it has been a hot minute since I did a video. My last videos that went up were videos that were put up in like November. Well, I videoed them in like November and I was supposed to put them up in December, but whew, man, it has been a time. I had gotten sick with the flu and then Christmas was coming. I like push to get all this stuff done around Christmas time. Everybody in my household got sick. And then after Christmas, I pulled some serious muscles in my back and shoulders, and I have been out of commission, y'all. It has been rough. I literally am just getting so that I can I have more range of motion, but not been sleeping at night. It's been miserable, but it is what it is, right? Getting old sucks. Don't do it. But I figured I'd come on here today and we would just kind of go over what my 2024 planner lineup looks like, what I decided to use for my main planner, and yeah, just kind of go from there. So we'll actually start with some of the smaller ancillary ones and work our way out. Now, I always have an on-the-go planner, and I, for years, was using the Hobonichi Weeks for my on-the-go planner. I did actually purchase a, I want to say that she calls it the N2 for, from Sterling Ink, which is essentially like her, it's like, Hobonichi Weeks, just her version. And I just couldn't, I couldn't justify the length really for on the go, because I do have a lot of bags that are smaller, and yeah, so I decided to just go ahead and stick with the Passport. This is a cover, and this is not real, so I'm just putting it out there, but it does actually hold the Passport that she has, and I actually ended up choosing the horizontal one. Not really gonna use these horizontal pages too much, to be honest. I really only need it for the monthly overview, and you can see that my days are pretty full with chiropractic appointments, and now I'm getting laser therapy for that torn muscle, and yeah. And then essentially I will be just using back pages. I haven't used any yet. That's why I can show it with no issues. But back pages for whatever, I might need. I put a little slip kind of pocket here so that I could hold a couple of business cards, and then I have some main cards there in the front. I do have a new cover coming, and I was gonna wait to do this video until that came, but I think I'll just do an unboxing review type thing when that cover comes instead. But this is what I'm going to be using for now for that on the go. It's nice and small, and it pretty much fits in all of the bags that I have. So that is a super bonus. The next one is actually just set up. Then it's blank right now, so I can show it right now. But this will be one of those planners that I don't show on my channel, because it's basically for my husband for business tracking type things. But Robin from Talks from the Heart actually put this together for me, and basically we just kind of talked about what are the things that you need, and it's pretty simple for what he needs. Basically I use the monthlies to just kind of plot out his jobs that he is doing in general. And then, which, I mean, she did a really good job. She uses like a stencil for the setup. So it came out really good. And then a couple of blank pages there. Then these here will actually, I'll be using these for like tracking big purchases, which it's not like we do that many big purchases, but it just makes it easier for me to just like write the date, write what it was and how much it was. And then this is just a quick reference to come back to. And essentially all of the additional pages that are just blank. This is a Stology that is a half year, I believe. And I will literally just jot down whatever types of things that we need. Sometimes if the jobs are in town, we get taxed at a different rate. So I do have to keep track of in-town jobs and write that down so that we can pay that higher tax at the end of the year. So that's basically it. It's pretty simple for his business planner. I don't have to really go too nuts, but that is it blank so that you can actually kind of get a rough idea of what it is that I'm using there. Then I have this cute little pocket rings, and this is a mulberry, and I use this one just kind of like around the house, and it has like an exercise log, and this says health, and that tab just came off. Symptoms tracker, like if I'm having issues and I really need to start tracking symptoms a little bit better. And then medication log, sleep log. So basically a lot of this is more kind of it's in a way like a wellness tracker. I have meal planning here, which we'll get into that. I actually have that elsewhere now. And then I just have some different lists and some different to-do lists. And basically what I will do is like, say if like morning coffee or something, I'll just bring this little guy with me and kind of jot some stuff down, and then I will bring it back and kind of process it into my main planner, just depending on what it is I feel like needs to go in there. So this is just really super small. The footprint's little. It's easy for me to kind of carry around the house with no issues. And I didn't really want to put it in my on the go because I want my on the go to really just be appointments. And I just don't want to use this up for like processing different things like that. So that is what I'm using for this one. And I've kind of basically consolidated some of my wellness stuff into here. Just, you know, and it's not something I'm going to necessarily track all the time, but when I do want to track it, it'll be easy for me to do that in there. Then, this is the main event. So obviously, if you've been in my channel for very long, you know that my jam is B6. B6 is my absolute favorite. I have tried all of the other sizes. I've tried standard, I've tried A6, I've tried A5, I've tried weeks. I think I even tried B6 Slim. None of them brought me, and I've done like all the rings pretty much. None of them brought me the level of comfort that the B6 did. Now, this is something that I have talked about quite a bit. It's really important to find your happy place. So like each of us are going to be totally different. Like I was talking with Robin and she was like, oh, you know, I absolutely hate B6, by the way. And I just kind of laughed because like I love B6. But then she really enjoys like A5 and the weeks, and I don't. That's totally okay, y'all. It's okay to have, you know, and it is even okay like sometimes to kind of jump back into a size for a time, because say the weeks worked for me for a while, maybe it could work again down the road. I don't know. That's kind of part of my planner fluidity that I'm okay with. Basically, I kind of roll with what I know is working for me in that moment, and I just kind of stick with it. Now, last year, I used the 2023 Sterling Ink Common Planner. This was her full year B6, and you can see just how chunky monkey it got. And I did do a flip through, and then I didn't end up putting it on the channel, but because it just, I don't know, it seemed redundant and boring to me, and I just didn't end up doing it. But basically, this is the first time in quite a few years that I made one planner primarily, other than my on the go, other than the ones that I've just showed you guys. So I still use the on the go. Obviously, I still had my husband's business planner because I'm not going to incorporate that into my basic planner. And for about maybe half of the year, I did use this as well. I think I used the weeks for the first half, and then I used this for the second half. And honestly, I went to this one because I was getting that itch for rings, and so it just was perfect. But essentially, for my everyday planner, I stuck with one, and I just got, I don't know, peace is not the right word, but I did get a certain satisfaction with just kind of hanging out in one book and not bouncing around to a bunch of them. And I am not gonna sit here and get on a horse and say I think it's ridiculous to use numerous planners, because obviously you see that I have numerous planners. But I do feel like sometimes for myself that it was just confusing me. I don't know. It was creating this unsettling feeling that just made it too much work. And once a planner or planners in plural become too much work, I really need to reevaluate what I'm doing and say, okay, can I consolidate some of these things into another one so that I'm not using 5 different planners? And that is essentially what I did. Now, with this year's, I did the same, and so far, it's only been 10 days, but so far it's working out really well. We will talk about the cover more specifically in another video, because the unboxing that I'm going to be doing for my passport is going to be somewhat similar to this, so I'm not going to get into great detail on the cover, but I will say this is a Libertaz cover, and I had it custom made. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's in the Clemence leather, which is similar to an Hermes. It is the same leather as some of the Hermes bags that are used. And this is the inside, and I love this. It's just cheerful. It's like not too bright. It's pink, but it has some muted to it, and it's just brings me so much joy opening up this planner, y'all. I just can't even. Now, I made the decision, and you'll see in a prior video, I was dabbling back and forth. Am I going to use the Journey Planner, or am I going to use a Sterling Ink? It was a really difficult decision for me, guys. Ultimately, at the end of the day, my decision for using the Journey Planner came down to, if I used the Sterling Ink, it meant I was going to have to sell the Journey Planner. And because I did the pre-orders with the Sterling Ink, and then the Journey Planner came out, and I really, it was like that debate. It was like, do I get it? Because if I get it and I don't like it, I don't know. Basically, what it came down to was, because the journey planner is so new, I knew there was absolutely no way that I was going to sell this and get my money back. But I knew I could sell my sterling ink and get my money back. So that's essentially why that's one of the biggest reasons why I decided to stick with this. Now, there are a few things within this planner that I liked better than the sterling ink, so it did make the decision a little bit easier. So I'm kind of adding this into a video that I already shot. I did want to just mention a couple of the things that really, other than the fact that which one was I keeping, which one could I sell, I knew I could sell the sterling ink just because of its popularity, but some of the things that really led me to stick with the journey planner for my planner for 2024, one of them, again, as I had stated in a previous video, was the lines that she has in her vertical weekly. Another thing was just that she had the yearly overviews for a couple of years in there. The food trackers are not a deal breaker for me. If there wasn't food trackers, it wouldn't have been a big deal, but definitely were a bonus in my opinion. Now, also really in the end, the fact that her dailies are dated, and it's not a big deal that all of the pages are numbered, but if you're into indexing, that is kind of a big deal at the end of the day. But just not having that hump for the stickers is a big deal for me. So I think it will help to bulk up my planner a lot less. That helped me to decide that I was going to for sure stick with the journey planner. Are there a few things that I still don't super like I'm not huge, I don't mind the gray, but if she was gonna keep the gray, then I feel like she needed to put one more grid, which I know would make this smaller at the bottom, but for me, I'm okay with that. Just so that you have a slightly bigger space to write in, so that you don't feel like you have to write over the gray. But that's really just being super nitpicky, to be honest. And, you know, I do really like how she has her vertical layout and how her letters and her numbers for most of this are easier to see. In her monthlies, they are a little bit lighter. I could go back through and really either put stickers or just, you know, trace them with a darker pen so that I can see that. So I do wish that that was a little bit darker, just so that it was easier for me to see. But other than that, really, this is why the journey planner ticked off a lot of my wants and likes for me when it came to a planner. I'm not 100% done with this setup, so, you know, I'm just kind of showing y'all what I have set up. I just decided to keep the inside fairly simple. I just kind of put a couple of things in it that bring me joy. And this year, before I got hurt, I had a big goal of doing a lot more biking this year. And so that's why I put this cute little old antique bike on the front. We'll see what happens, y'all. You know, I mean, already in such a short time, I have no idea what this year is going to have in store for me. But these are her overview days. And then I did end up putting some additional, actually, let's zoom back out so you can see this better. I did actually put some additional pages of Tomoe River paper, and my Tomoe River paper was just plain, so you'll see some of pages like this that don't go because I, you know, added some additional pages. So with hers, it was 2 blank pages to begin with here. They both were grid, but I added that. I added the vellum. And then I have a 2024 overview tracker here. And then I just added another page as well. And then this technically would have been over here for this one. So I've just, you know, really added quite a few pages. Oops, there. I've added quite a few pages here in between these two. Now, haven't done any of my goal setup. Goals for me is, I mean, we've talked about it. I'm not very good at it. And actually, I can check this off because I have done Bible reading every single day. I've done really well this year already. Today is the 10th. I still need to do my reading today, but all those days I did. Yeah, I'm not a big goal planner person. Not saying that I don't do them. It takes a lot for me to process that out. Then she has the trackers. She has meal planners, which I'm going to just kind of use spotty. Like when I have time and I can do meal planning, I will use it. And then right into the monthlies. So this is what her monthlies look like. And then this is the weeklies. This year, I made the decision not to get the Sterling Ink Deluxe Sub Kit. Mostly because I was looking at my sticker stash. There was a lot of stickers from her deluxe kit that I had not used. And I was basically looking at the stash that I had on top of purchasing other stickers. And I was like, $600 a year for a subscription kit is a lot of money. And that's how much Sterling Ink's kit is for the year. So I was like, you know what? I am not spending $600 on stickers for one shop. I decided to just go ahead and use what I have and use up some of the other kits that I have. And with that, I have already planned out all the way into June, which for me is great because I don't have to worry about this. The absolute most I think I need to do is come in with some dots for some months, but well, maybe not. Have I gone all the way to June? No, I haven't. So I've gone into maybe March with my dots. Other than that, literally, I'm just boom, into it planning and I'm not futzing with anything. For me right now, with my life being as hectic, busy, and so on and so forth, this is perfect. So I did have someone that asked about me doing a plan with me. Here's my reality. I really don't shine on plan with me's. And besides that fact, they're kind of boring to me. I don't know. Like, I don't watch Plan With Me's anymore. I used to a long time ago, but I just don't anymore because it's just like, for me, since I've found my comfortable zone, they're going to look exactly the same every single week, except a few different stickers, like different types of stickers. So, I mean, yeah, I guess you can kind of say that my planning style in a way has gotten a little boring, because it's comfortable now. It's something that I really enjoy. The setup that I have, I kind of do like a to-do list and, you know, not necessarily Bujo style, but like a brain dump or whatever on one page. And then this one does have dailies, and I will flip to some blank ones. Then I'm actually doing, it has a full page pretty much for every day except for Saturday and Sunday. And currently right now I've just been journaling in the full page, but I could use this for, you know, brain dump or whatever too as well, if I wanted to. But right now I'm journaling because that has gotten me out of an additional book because I can just use this to do my journaling. Then all the way in the back, she just had like 4 extra pages. So I added some pages. So I have a car maintenance page, front and back. I have a de-stash because I have a ton of planner covers that I need to sell. And no spend challenges, and then just some regular blank pages. And a bunch of these I added just so that I would have a few extra pages for whatever it is that I wanted. And these ones here I added as loose pages too, because I basically have quite a hoard of the original 52 GSM Tomoe River paper. And like the instant I found out years ago that there was a possibility this paper was going to disappear, I bought all that I could find. So yeah, so I went ahead and just printed this stuff on Tomoe River paper so that it wouldn't bulk things up. And then I've just like, this is a vellum from one of my sub kits last year. But yeah, so I'm basically just going to use these for journaling pages. And obviously y'all know, you know, I'm not going to share that on my channel because sometimes it's like basic stuff, but sometimes, you know, I'm processing out some difficult things going on in my life. Like right now, pain management is huge for me. And it's just, yeah, that's kind of a vulnerability side of me that I'd rather just keep private. So I'm sure y'all understand, but that is really it for me, y'all. This is, you know, what's working out. This is where I'm gonna, you know, just rock for the rest of the year. Now already with having put 6 months worth of stickers in there, it's already bulked up a little bit. And I'm okay with that. Now hers are just plain white edges on her planner. She does not have the gilded edges, which, I mean, it's, I guess, honestly, looking back on it, this one, the gilded edges, eventually they kind of just, they start looking dirty. I don't, like, can you see that? They just kind of look dirty. I know they're not. It's just, like, as the, like, if I squeeze it, then the gild comes together more and it looks like a gild, but like once it's kind of fat and out there, then yeah, I don't know. I mean, it looks all right on the edges, but I guess for me it wasn't a deal breaker as much as I like the gilded edges, because I did on my passport, I did choose the gilded edge because I just think it's, you know, like a little bougie and I like that. But it's not really that big of a deal for me, so it wasn't a deal breaker for this planner to not have it. But yeah, and then I just used the Sterling ink tabs that I had left over from last year, and then I used these little Midori metal tabs for all the other things. So basically, like if I don't happen to have this blotter page in here because I use fountain pens for my journaling, there is a little tab here up at the top that I basically can just feel for and know that that's where I'm at with my journaling area. But that is it. That is what I'm going to rock for my planner setup for 2024. I am excited about it. I really am super enjoying the simplicity of just one everyday planner. B6 is my happy place. This cover is absolutely scrumptious. So because of that, yeah, most definitely. Always having a nice cover just makes you want to go to your planner. So I enjoyed that. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment down below, like and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.